Hello, witchlings. We're late. I fucked up. I do not normally leave the house during anything resembling rush hour these days.
Nope, just late at night or early in the morning.
Yeah, either ungodly late at night or first thing in the morning, so I forget that rush hour is a thing. Had to run some errands today because, well, we were out of dog food and catnip. This sets us up for, human murder, human death, because the furry creatures do not like being without their food and their drug. So,
He's addicted to an aphrodisiac.
yes, he is.
That's what catnip is.
And he is staring. He wants out too. He knows. Furry little bastard.
I released him.
Release. Oh, he's not a kraken. Oh yeah. It's a day. It's Thursday. It's Thursday. It's Thursday. How the hell is it already Thursday?
How is it already Christmas?
It's after Christmas. But
exactly.
Yeah, I know. It's just holy shiznitskas. I'm amazed. So today's topic, we have a good one. As usual, I'm slightly behind the time on the news.
Always.
Yes. And
I say that as if I'm not also so far behind on news that someone were like, "Oh yeah, this happened like a couple months ago," and I'm like, "Oh."
Actually, the story I had in mind for us tonight literally happened in October. I have invited the person this happened to join us on the podcast later. And because of that, I'm going to try to be slightly vague about what I'm talking about. But suffice it to say, there is a reason, a very good reason, why at some point during my daily draws, I try to remember to say this is for entertainment purposes only. There is a young witch back on the East Coast. They have been practicing for over a decade. They are a relatively young person. I'd say probably about your brother's age, maybe a little older. And they opened what I refer to as a craft store in their township earlier this year. So they have not even been open a full year. And apparently, well, okay, continuing on with the story, a write-up was done on them and their store in the local newspaper, which is pretty freaking cool in my book.
Yeah.
Especially when you consider that this young witch is very actively involved in the community and very much in giving back to the community. They participate in clothing drives, food drives. They've done some trash cleanups in the downtown area where the shop is located. You know, the sort of shit that, as a pagan, witch, Wiccan, whatever title you want to claim, we do. Because, it's part of our religion. So,
we take care of the things around us.
We take care of Mother Earth because that is where
things around us.
Yes. And a nonprofit did a write-up on them for the local paper and included, their shop and the things that are offered in their shop. Well, one of the things that's offered in the shop is tarot reading. Chief of Police read the article and decided it was his duty as a good, God-fearing Christian man to not only contact the nonprofit that wrote the article to let them know that he was going to go into the shop and inform the shop owner, but to go down to the shop and let the shop owner know that apparently there is a law on the books in this state from the 1860s. So,
Ah, yes. Up to date
yeah.
entirely.
Yeah, I was going to say let's do the math here. It is 2023, nearly 24.
It's 180 years later. 160, my bad.
Yep. So this is a 160-year-old law
Yep.
that deems,
Perfectly up to date.
yep, that says fortune telling is illegal. It is illegal to take money for fortune telling. Never mind the fact that when he, came into the shop, it was pointed out that there are numerous signs all over the shop. On the shop owner's TikTok, they showed at least three that I remember seeing. Three signs that say all tarot readings are done for entertainment purposes only. Shop owner pointed them out, and the chief of police said that won't hold up in court.
I'm pretty sure it will.
Yeah, same here. Because that's what we are told. We are told to have these disclaimers by lawyers, mind you. Those of us who do these things are told by lawyers, hey, have a disclaimer saying this is for entertainment purposes only for this exact purpose. Um, and yeah, on top of this, the shop owner asked, may I record this conversation? And was told no. Um, and then after all was said and done, the shop owner approached a lawyer because obviously, you know, they were freaked the fuck out, going, oh my God. And the lawyer's like, oh no, actually they weren't freaked out too much yet. They're just like, hey, check this out. Look what happened to me. And the lawyer's like, why are you not freaking the fuck out? Your First Amendment rights were violated and your 14th Amendment rights were violated. Why are you not rabidly going after this person? And shop owner's like, oh, I guess I should then. Well, no shit, you should. So, this is all taking place in October. They then
Yeah,
decided
real
to
quick, do we want to go over what the 1st and 14th are?
first yes, because most people know the First Amendment. Freedom of speech, everybody knows because, it's in the media a lot right now.
It's
But
also in the first 10. The first 10 are the most commonly known.
yes. But a lot of people forget that the First Amendment not only guarantees freedom of speech, which by the way, you are only protected from retribution from the government for what you say. There is no protection from private individuals for what you say. It also guarantees freedom of religion. Now, for those of us who celebrate, who practice non-Abrahamic religion, things like divination with, oh, I don't know, a pendulum or tarot cards or runes, those are part of our religion. They are an integral part of our religion.
So what would be really cool is because of the fact that, that violates that part of it. If that old law got abolished because of the fact that it is non-constitutional.
We're getting there. What is the 14th Amendment? Your phone has a better
Alright.
charge than mine does.
I was getting ready to look it up.
Yes, that is
Because
the one I can't remember.
yeah, no,
I know the 19th Amendment gives women the right to vote. Maybe that's the 20th, one or the other, but still. So while you're looking that up, um, the lawyer sent the police department a cease and desist letter saying, look, you will cease and desist all harassment of my client about this and and affirm that you will not pursue charges for this. and gave them until I think the 14th of November to respond. They waited until I think it was 2 o'clock in the afternoon on the 14th of November to say, oh, we need an extension so we can talk to our lawyers about this to make sure that just in case somebody comes to us with a complaint about you, we're not going to get into legal trouble here. Meanwhile, the shop owner's like, I've had, I don't know how many people come to me for readings already, and you haven't had a complaint yet. You didn't even know I was doing this until the article in the paper showed up, and you decided to come, stick your nose into my business. So why do you need to bother? Mind you, I don't believe the shop owner said this to the police, but, this was the general thought. So this is where we are at with that, and or was where they were at. And because of this, the shop owner in late November, early December decided, you know what? I'm done fucking around. You are going to continue harassing me based on my religion. Fuck you. I'm suing. And that's where it is at this point.
Yeah, 14th is no person shall be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of the law.
Okay. Because when the chief of police and also an unnamed officer, they were in uniform, but the shop owner did not get their name, doesn't care to know who they are, because the only person who was really talking and really attempting to intimidate was the chief, who, by the way, his name is Chad.
I need a moment. I need a moment.
That's been the general reaction
Oh,
because it's such a Chad like thing. No offense to
oh,
the one Chad we know that is truly awesome. I will be honest there,
the
but it's such a
uh,
Chad like thing.
yeah, I think the 14th is the equal protection under the
Yep,
law,
it is the Equal Protection Act. You are correct. Um, he came in
which many like because of the discrimination against like non. I was gonna say non-Christian religions, but I guess
generally, yes.
non-Abrahamic. I don't know. I don't use the big words too much. They confuse my friends, or the few friends they don't confuse are like, "You're doing that thing again," and I'm like, "What thing?" And they're like, "The really big words." I'm like, "Sorry, I have an expanded vocabulary."
Extensive, yes.
Expanded. Wouldn't say extensive because I forgot like half of it. But anyhow, because of the supposed separation of church and state, um, most people are like, "Man, that's not normal. Get rid of it."
Yes.
Um, and if everyone is equal protection, then those religions and the things that they work to service should be protected just as much as a church should.
Yep. Oh, there are a number of calls because of this case saying, okay, if you can't take money for your tarot readings, then every church needs to be stripped of their tax free status, and they need to stop being allowed to A, receive tithes, and B, doing collections. The offering plates that get
Mhm.
handed, yeah, those need to stop.
I mean, in all honesty, I believe the under God section of the what's it called?
The
Names of
Pledge of
them.
Allegiance
Yeah, that was added
in
later.
the 60s,
Yeah.
50s or 60s,
No,
yes.
because there was a sect of people who couldn't say under God
There
because it was
still is,
against their
yes.
religion. I can't
Yep.
remember which sect it
The
is.
Jehovah's Witnesses being one of them.
Well, I can't
Oh,
remember
actually, I
which,
believe the Witnesses are ones that can't do the Pledge of Allegiance, but yes.
but I can't remember which group it was specifically that was being openly persecuted.
Um, Under God was added to the Pledge of Allegiance during the Red Scare due to communism.
Yeah.
But,
But yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like, man,
uh huh. And then after this
Well,
Sure.
it was also added in persecution of a specific religious sect,
Communists. It
not just them, but
okay.
or at least that,
Possible.
from what I read and vaguely remember.
You may be more accurate than I am because the last I remember studying it was in high school, and we all know how long ago it's been since I was in high school.
Man, it's been ages since I was in high school, and by ages I mean like 3 years.
Considering 28 years ago today, I reported to my A school in the Navy.
It is that day, yeah.
Yes, it is.
Uh,
We're not going to say what other anniversary today is with you because that one's a little more traumatic.
oh, I didn't even think about that, but oh well.
Mm, it's Jamie's and my wedding anniversary. I'm never going to forget that one. Uh
Carrying on.
huh. It's an interesting day.
That's not a fucking.
um, during this, there is no other word, no other term for it, but during this witch hunt on the East Coast in California,
Oh boy.
um, shit, I want to say it was Huntington Beach, but I could be wrong. It was definitely SoCal. A
Everything happens in Southern California.
a church in Southern California decided to pitch a giant conniption fit over a pagan group having a celebration. I now cannot remember which Sabbath they were celebrating, but they decided to revoke a pagan group's permission to celebrate a Sabbat in a
That's
public park.
actively against the First Amendment
Exactly. Yes.
because of protection of.
Yes. Let me
I
get.
mean, honestly, I feel like we should, like, for the common name of the First Amendment, we should change it from the, protection of speech to protection of expression,
This
because
is
that
true.
more accurately
Religious
represents
expression,
it.
yes.
Well, it's not even just religious expression, because speech is a form of expression of yourself. It's
Pagan
self-expression.
group denied.
She does this anytime she
Ah, da,
types.
da, 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 ah, da, da, denied.
It doesn't help that I'm in
Park.
the room. Half the time, if we're driving and mom needs to text something, she says it, and I'm.
Yeah,
Alright, a quick side tangent. If you're in the passenger seat,
California.
you get
California.
to control the music, but you're also the scribe.
This is
The driver
true.
needs to text somebody. There you go. If you're in the back seat, you are the snack captain.
This is very true.
The fact that 90% of the people I know do not understand and appreciate this dynamic of the car completely confounds me. But I think what it comes down to is the fact that so many people don't want to share their phone in the slightest, even if
Yes,
it's just to text somebody.
it was Huntington Beach,
Oh boy.
which, yeah, it's still freaking Anaheim area. Okay. Pagan fairs in Southern California have been subject to unwarranted harassment, discrimination, etc. Calvary Chapel, of course it's Calvary, of the harbor, who were emboldened, they have, yes, they are attempting to refuse access to a park to a pagan group. So they
It's a
cannot,
public park, isn't it?
I believe so, yes.
What are they gonna do? Have everyone stand there? It's like, okay, we'll just go to another park or
No,
just
they're
go
trying to get the
around.
police to barricade it and revoke the permit. It's utterly ridiculous. And I'm trying not to get political here, but um white Christian nationalists, which are the modern day America First Party. Gee, how many of us recognize those words? America First.
I mean, I don't, but I'm outside of politics.
America First are two words that are spouted by one very large group that has a 4-word slogan. Yes. And they wear really obnoxiously red hats.
Yeah, no, I
Uh-huh.
thought I listen.
Yep.
I just stay out of politics.
Uh-huh.
If something happens and it's gonna affect me, in theory, I should hear about it.
Oh, yes. Well, see, the white Christian nationalists in the America First Party want to turn the United States into a Christian nation. They're
We have the separation of church and state, though.
oh, but see, their leader fully has straight up said that the Constitution doesn't matter anymore. He wants to abolish the Constitution.
Seems a bit problematic.
They want to reelect him.
I know.
We're not going to go there though, because I will start ranting and raving. I have very, very strong feelings about that one. And I'm trying to keep politics out of this one.
Hey, Mommy, look at your microphone.
Yes, America First was the American Nazi Party in the 30s and the 40s. Thank you. I knew it was the Nazi Party. I just could not remember the dates.
That's fun.
Yes. Fun fact about the Nazi Party, and I will stop after this one. Did you know that Hitler's Nazi Party sent people to the United States, specifically Alabama and Mississippi, to study the Jim Crow laws because we had successfully been a free country with second class citizens for so long. We did it we did it first. They were just trying to perfect it.
Awful.
Yes, it is. It's terrifying. And they're trying to do it all over again. But I just I'm honestly terrified that as a out loud and proud non-Christian in this country in this day and age, I and my children, even though all three of you are adults, are not safe. I worry about that daily because none of the three of you went back to church, if any of you were ever there to start with. No, not really.
I don't know. I go and peek my head, and sometimes I'm like, y'all are goofy.
I have said numerous times, I believe the Christian God exists. I do. But I also believe that Allah exists. Buddha was a real person.
Everybody's out there.
Yes.
And I
I,
can't blame most of them for being like, yeah, I'm done with this.
I have
If
to.
if I went around and said like, man, people are great, and suddenly like fucking all it takes is like 3 generations for it to become, oh man, white people are great. It's like, no, that's not what I said. I thought I love people. I love everyone. I said that like 4 times and y'all changed it.
It's a fucking game of telephone, I swear.
It's not even a game of telephone. They
Okay.
have the quotations.
Yeah. Oh, but see that back to the Bible as well. This is definitely a religious discussion. Um, which translation of the Bible is the right one?
There is none.
Exactly. Because okay, one of ours, one of our family was given a Bible by one of their blood kin. It's an interesting copy because it's a newer translation.
I'm sorry. They can say the word translation all they want. Half the time. It's just a rewriting.
No, it is. But see, this one, I did some research in discussing it with her. Hell, half of our relatives are female. There's very few men in this family. It's weird.
We do our best.
Yes. I was getting there. um, the King James version, which I will admit, as a
Which,
child, was my favorite. But I love Shakespeare. The these, the thous, that English spoke to me as a child.
listen, Mom, that is the language I'll slip into, and Rain does not question it.
Exactly.
Half the people I know, I go into like classical English, and they're just like, "Ah, he's done it again. We need the translator. Hurry!"
But the King James version of the Bible was propaganda. Literally, his translators translated it to make him look good. Because, and so many people forget this. Another book that he wrote was a book on demonology and how to summon demons.
Man, we love Shakespeare.
This wasn't Shakespeare. This was
Or,
King
yeah,
James.
King James. My bad.
Yes,
I mean, I'm not wrong with the first point.
you got a point there too. But, um, and then see, I also growing up.
You can
Yes.
comment in the live stream.
No, he opts not to. He prefers to not be known. Um, as he says, they are just now uncovering remnants that did not make it through the translation stashed away in the Vatican. Oh well, dude, dude,
Who does that surprise?
we're talking the Vatican here.
I have a really funny thing that I was reading recently.
Oh boy.
Um, it's really funny.
It's the Vatican.
In the story, every like couple hundred years, or like every 100 years, like teenagers most of the time will vanish. Like they get isekai, and they're taken to a specific world, and they're like, "Hey, we need you to fight off this big bad." They're given a party, whatever. One of those things is called the Faith Warrior. Um, Literally one of them is just in Christianity, and when he returned, they put him in a vat under the Vatican,
Yes, I
in
would believe
like
it.
deep in the catacombs, and just put him in a vat to be watched over. Because if he got out, it's like that is a walking angel that will scare the shit out of people. Because he
Dude,
can't die.
dude, there is so much shit that the Vatican has in the catacombs and in their vaults that if the world ever knew, chaos would reign. I mean, you think Area 51 is bad. It ain't nothing compared to what the Vatican knows. I
It
mean,
is just a game of controlling the media,
yes,
controlling the information that gets out.
yes. I
The Vatican's one of those places that's like, if the world ends, man, can I fake being Christian, first off. But second off, I want to know what's down there. I want
the
to know
Vatican
so
is
bad.
the Vatican is the warehouse, okay?
You're talking like firewood or
Warehouse
torchwood.
13.
Okay.
It's the
I thought you were
warehouse.
going like torchwood.
Well, yeah, that too. We are such fucking Hoovians. Wibbly wobbly timey wimey has been my thing lately, but no, seriously, just the whole "thou shalt not suffer a witch to live" has been bad lately.
Man, I want to see somebody try me. It'd be pretty funny.
We are getting back to the point, other than the fact, artificial hair dye is so easy to acquire these days. If it weren't, I would genuinely fear for the lives of a number of my relatives simply because you have red hair.
Here we go! Woohoo!
Gingers are, demon spawn. Which was another reason you ended up with that nickname as a child. You
I
were a
know.
ginger demon spawn.
Worm?
I
So
mean,
I
you
am.
are.
Don't try this.
This child, this child literally popped out with a full head of red hair.
We knew from the word go. So I'm here. My defining traits are being established.
I have had 3 children.
All different hair colors.
Yes, I have had a blonde, a brunette, and a fiery redhead.
Which
And
not fiery anymore. Well, in hair.
temperament.
Listen, there's a reason I corrected myself.
I had a Sasquatch first,
You had the fucking X-Men's Beast.
except
Bro came out blue and fuzzy.
he did. You got a point. And then there was the Munchkin, who my poor nurse was convinced he was going to be delivering. And then there was you. But with you and your brother, the first word spoken as you were crowning was, "Holy shit, look at that hair."
Listen, I came out and most of my defining features were already known.
Yes.
The only other one now is just D&D. Man, I wonder where I came by that. Who knows?
Okay. Somewhat off topic here, but it's something I wanted to mention to him anyway. You're in Tiamat's Tavern on Facebook,
That means nothing.
one of the groups. I probably would not have seen this particular post had my girlfriend from high school not commented on it. This gal has a set of dice that a friend of hers made from breast milk. You dehydrate the breast milk. You powder
No. It's fine. I know the process. It's weird though. Man, roll the d20. Fuck you! Fuck, they trip down the stairs. Get too pissed at the dice. Something bad's gonna happen. Feel bad for whoever made those dice.
it.
So I was like, man, those dice are cursed. I'll make sure they're cursed.
What one of the commenters on the post said was, well, when the baby, that you were nursing with that milk gets old enough to play, you
No.
introduce those dice to them. Another comment though was, when you're playing with those dice, is if you get a really shitty throw, see if you could talk your DM into maybe giving you the bonus of maybe mother's intuition or something like that.
No.
But it was kind of amusing.
No, you don't get blessed just because you're rolling the tit milk dice.
It was amusing because the commenters were kind of split evenly. And now that I think back on it, most of them that were going, "Ew, gross," were guys. And the ones that were like, "Oh my God, that is like the coolest idea I've ever seen," were the moms.
No, it is interesting. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's strange and gross just because of that. But it's also just like, man, someone's gonna shout at those dice wrong, and someone's gonna get cursed. It's like, no, you don't. That's just the don't make like objects out of like pieces from your body in me.
Someone else was talking about it's a very similar method as using cremains.
Yeah, that's a dead person.
Uh-huh.
Good luck causing bad things to happen to that person now.
No, but okay. I'm trying to figure out someone that we know that would have enjoyed being made into dice, but
I don't think we have anyone who's dead yet that would.
no, because the one person that comes to mind, wasn't a gamer in that respect. But yeah,
I don't know. Papa would probably have found it fun. No?
Bill. Bill played, and my dad hated it. So, but yeah,
That's unfortunate.
yes. Otherwise,
Wait, he
yeah,
knew I was into that, and he never. Man,
yeah. He might have actually been cool being a set for you though.
Who knows?
Yes.
Anyhow.
But yeah, well, and see, but again, see,
It comes out of the evolution of people.
it does.
But
And
either
also, it
way.
still kind of plays into religion too, because I am thinking hard. And I am trying so hard. Wah!
A poor
Fuck it.
dog.
I am seriously,
What?
I am
By the way,
seriously.
stream can see.
Oh,
Mom, you're showing the stream.
this? That's
Yes.
okay. Oh, you got Boo Bear. Would you like to go get your treatsies? But see, Daddy, it's treatsy
No,
time.
he's in here. It's podcast time. Like mother,
Not
the people
me.
need me.
Daddy's got him, silly boy.
Off he goes.
There we go. Let's see.
Don't you love how tall I am?
I'm sitting here and I'm like, do I know any of my gamer friends? Well, Katie, yeah. I really think I only have one friend who is very much into D&D, who is not either a relatively lapsed Christian or straight up pagan.
I have multiple Christian friends who are into D&D.
Do you? Do
Yes!
they go to church regularly?
Yes! I run the games for them.
Interesting. Because I'm sitting there going, I can't think of any of my adult
I had a
friends.
Jehovah's Witness who played D&D with me.
That is true. Because see,
They were like, hey, we can't have demons or devils. And I'm like, okay. Or like, I just can't, okay, I'll just not use celestials or infernals. That's fine. Elementals are still on the table. Aberrations are still on the table. Fuck aberrations. I want that recognized. Those guys are assholes. Anyhow.
because see that's something that gets me.
This is a real funny one, is I could still use Fae.
Yes, because they're not real. They are not a religious thing.
I thought I could swear something about them oh well, that's
Nope.
fine.
They have no religious affiliation whatsoever.
Well, not to Christians.
Nope. Pagans they do.
Yeah, that's what I would say.
But
Well, no, but that's the thing with Jehovah's Witnesses is they won't step on the feet of any religion that's actually having.
that's kind of cool.
You know, they can't do yoga because that is involved with another religion.
True.
That is how vehement they are about not stepping on any other religion's toes.
They're so cool, and they are so. Oh, there is so much to dislike about the faith. I will not knock any specific people who follow a religion. Let me make that clear. I will never diss a person who follows a religion. However, the religion itself, fair game.
I wonder what that is up there.
What?
The bug in your light.
Oh, there is an actively walking bug in my light. See, we are definitely neuro-spicy. We just had a serious squirrel
counterpoint.
moment.
It's not just because I'm neuro-spicy. It was outside of Mom's audible hearing range, but it flew and hit the light bulb. And I looked up because I heard the light bulb do something.
But see, religions.
It almost looks like a bee, though.
It's probably a moth.
Bro vibing.
I myself was born into the Episcopal Church.
It's Episcopal. I was talking to somebody about great grandpa.
Okay.
Carrying on.
I was born into the Episcopal Church. My grandfather was an expert theologian. I grew up learning the Bible. However,
Bro straight fucking oh Mom. You missed it, bro was breakdancing up there. He is on some shit.
For as long as I can remember, I have been fascinated by witches. Why the fuck? Okay, you're getting flipped over, so you quit lighting up and distracting me. So witches have fascinated me.
Sorry, you missed what I did, but the stream saw it.
Various and sundry different religions are fascinating. I love learning about religions. The Egyptian pantheon. Oh my god, I want to know more about it.
I'm right here.
The Romans. So curious.
My mother forgets that I spent years studying these things.
You got it from me because I mean,
No, I swear.
I
You
want to
forget
know.
the fact that I actively went up to a archaeologist and history major in these things and picked their brains on them.
Alyssa, our melt goddess, is an archaeologist. That
I
is what
want to
she's
get
going to
into it,
school
but
for.
the sad thing is that like I'd have to basically like +1 with somebody because I'm not going to like I'll learn how to do it, but I don't want to go to college. That's college is awful.
No shit. Dude, you do know that the reason I joined the military, I had two options after high school: get a job or join the military.
Yeah, that's what I had, Mom.
Yeah. Well, had I wanted to get a job, I would have had to apply um at my 17th birthday, my senior year of high school, because Oregon had a 6-month waiting period for a
Come on,
work
come on,
permit.
come on.
And you had to have a work permit under the age
Huh?
of 18. I graduated 6 months before I turned 18. So I would have had to apply in January so that I could start work in June. I did not think this far ahead. My parents would not have tolerated me sitting around the house for 6 months doing nothing. No, no, no. Going to college? Fuck no.
Well, I'm entirely off stream now.
Yep. Fuck no. You know, the undiagnosed ADD, undiagnosed autism, no.
The autism makes
Mm,
life tasty.
Yep. No. College was not in the cards for me. So we joined the military. No, college was never an option for me. I couldn't do it. Even now, as much as I would love to go to school for either a social to become a social worker or music therapy or any of this stuff, no, I can't do it. But that does not stop me from using the wondrous powers of the internet to learn everything I want to know about, world religions or
Listen, there's a reason. There are people out there who are like, man, people who have the true powers of Google deserve like fucking degrees. I have a bachelor's degree in Google. And I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? And I'm like, what of 7 topics do you want to get me started on?
oh, the Google Foo is strong with this one. Yes.
Yeah,
I mean, my bookshelf. That's nothing compared to what you and I grew up with.
there was a library.
Yes. Hey, baby.
I say library. It was just a living room and lots of bookshelves.
Yes.
There's a reason I appreciate bookshelves on an inherent level.
Well, okay, I think I still have today's notes. Haha. Today,
Nut, why were you looking at the god of the sky?
Newt.
The
And-
goddess of the sky.
Yeah, that actually wasn't. She's the
Is it
goddess of
Newt?
sky and rebirth. Yes, Newt.
Is it Newt? Are you sure?
Yes, she is Newt.
Alright, well, I'm a.
Okay. We're
It's
still
still
on the ring of
funny.
the day. Here we go. Death card. Page of Swords. I identify far too much with the Page of Swords. This page has a thirst for knowledge that seems unquenchable. Yes, I love the Page of Swords. He is too freaking adorable. I wish you guys
He
could
was
see
looking
him.
at me.
I know, he is just looking at you like, hello.
He was doing that when he locked eyes with me and then yawned and then popped the tooth.
Oh,
That was the wrong side for the tooth.
Who got that snaggletooth? Sorry, just being cute.
Sometimes he does it on the wrong side.
But no, religion absolutely fascinates me because
Like as was said, like archaeology is great. I'm like it's the study of history, but also rocks. And also, you get to dig a hole and hoot if you do not possess That's where I'm going with this.
Yes,
You
the
do
song
not
is already
have.
in my head.
If you don't possess a soul deep desire sometimes, just go dig a fucking hole. I'm sorry. I don't know you. It's a problem. It's a problem. Let's just say that you can see her face.
It's a combination
I
between the
said.
whole the Diggy Diggy Hole song
You just said its name actively.
and the frickin' song from Lion King 1.5.
Dig a tunnel.
That one. Yep. Dig, dig, dig a dig a tunnel. Quick
Uh,
before the hyena come.
yeah. No, it's a problem.
Yes. But yeah, I love learning about people, about cultures, about religions. I love it because as far as I'm concerned, the more we learn about other people and other cultures and other religions, the more we're
The
going to
more we evolve
see,
and grow.
the more we evolve and grow, the more similarities we see between each other.
I mean, the other thing is, the more that we learn about history and like the past religions and all that, the more we can compare and contrast them. Christianity is fucking weird in a historical viewpoint.
Okay, elaborate. I am
This is coming
curious.
from somebody who has studied mythology and religion
Yep.
back to Sumer.
Sumer?
It's called Sumer,
I heard it
as most
pronounced,
people
I've
say
always
it.
understood it as
Most
Sumer.
people say Sumer. Sumerians.
Yeah,
It's
Sumer.
Sumerians. Sumer. Because it's Sumer.
Yeah, Sumer, not Sumer. Sumer.
This is not how my history people said it to me, but it's fine. I last heard people discussing it a decade ago. That's not a joke. Um.
It's been
Anyhow,
3 decades since I last heard.
carrying on.
Okay, hold on. Alyssa, if you are watching, please throw your 2 cents worth in because I'm sure you have an opinion on this.
I could be wrong. I'm not afraid to face my being wrong in pronunciation.
Although Alyssa's not the one to ask. Alyssa's more into pick dish. So
Either way, they had the not pyramids. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking. Ziggurats. They had ziggurats to multiple different deities. Following Sumer was Mesopotamia.
yep.
They also did the same thing. They had a pantheon that they all worshipped. What came after Mesopotamia? Egypt.
Yep.
Egypt has a well-known pantheon.
Yep.
Like, easy one, Ra, Horus. Look, that's two gods right off the bat.
And at
Carrying on from there.
the same time as those were coming up, you had the Indus and the Indus
Well, hold on,
Valley.
because I'm just looking at this is the area Christianity developed from.
This is true.
This is what I'm focusing on.
Yep.
Following around the same time as Egypt is Greece.
Yep.
If you don't know about that one, it has a pantheon. It's quite a few gods. Following both of those is Rome.
Yep.
Rome.
Stole from the Greeks.
No. So first off, technically, we have to get into this fun fact. Greece invaded Egypt.
Yep.
There's a period of Greco-Egyptian.
Oh yes. Yep.
And then from there, it went Greco-Roman.
Yep.
And so, Rome had this wonderful trait, actually, if you look at it from a historical standpoint. I think it's wonderful. Rome, a number of Roman deities were not originally Roman. Because they would invade a place, and instead of simply pillaging it and raising it, they would adopt its history.
The Hindus did the same thing.
They adopted its history and its deities and claimed them as their own. Which is actually potentially how we still have a number of Roman deities. That when we look at it, it's like, this myth is very strange for a Roman deity. Because if you look at it, 90% of Roman deities that we know are inherently violent. They're warlike.
Yeah.
Because that is a focus of Rome. The same reason why Spartan myths were more violent than, say, those from Athens, than the ones that they focused on. And so, we have these tales of deities that are more peaceful or other things, and it's like that is a very strange thing when we look at the like Roman lens of history, and especially knowing that Rome adopted different deities.
Appropriated. They were the original cultural appropriators.
But either way, the fact that we look at it and we acknowledge that is like, well, what if we look more for things that fit the trend of this deity? And people have gone in and looked at an in-depth history of them, and have actually found and been able to pick out potential other like pantheons and found the regions that those deities came from.
Cool.
Yeah, no, it's actually really fascinating to me. But either way, so we have this like we go from Rome with its pantheon of adopting these people to Christianity, which is which is so weird to me that we went from we're taking in everybody to the one.
Also, when you stop and think about it, and this is going to piss off a lot of Christians. Who crucified Christ?
The Romans. Who the Romans who, when they conquered somebody was like, man, that's a good idea. They were like, that's a bad idea.
Now here's something else. Where was Jesus born?
I don't remember.
Jesus was born in a manger, in a barn, in Bethlehem. Where is Bethlehem? Bethlehem.
This is when my mom finds out that I failed geography.
Bethlehem is in what is in current day West Bank, Palestine. Guess what happened on Christmas Day? West Bank, Palestine was bombed, and the third oldest church in the world was destroyed by Israel.
Wow, that's rough. That's rough, buddy. Man.
The Pope called for the Christians of the world to not celebrate Christmas and to call for a ceasefire.
Because the church was destroyed.
No, before this happened. He called for it on the 23rd. He said it again on the 24th during Christmas Eve Mass. Israel then decided, we're Jewish, we don't celebrate Christmas. So yeah.
This is what we in the business call a big oof.
Yeah. I have been following a lot of this because
yeah, it is so incredibly strange to me. And it's like I can understand, and I'm fine having like a discussion. And, it's really interesting to find the Christians who are of the belief that no matter which deity you are talking about, in the end it is simply another facet of their God.
Yes.
And it's
the
like,
theory of Bob.
well,
which
that's essentially
Joseph
what
Campbell
it is,
too.
which is you're showing stream what you're doing again, mother. But in any case, like it is a really interesting thing to talk to somebody who believes that no matter which deity or like mythological figure or like kind of creature it is you worship, be that the moon, the lady, Ra, Horus, Osiris, Dionysus,
it's all the same. Yeah.
All of them are just different aspects of this same singular entity.
Yep.
And it's just like, okay, that's fair. At least if you feel like that, I can actually have a discussion with you about, other religion and such. Because the thing is, they're not entirely against, even the existence of other things. Whereas other sects, sects, I always have to spell that out verbally after I say it. I have too many friends who just go, "Hey yo," and I'm tired of it. Listen,
Because even though you are physically 20 years old, and that one out there is physically in his 40s,
I'm too old
there
for
is not
this
a
shit.
man on this earth who has mentally made it past 12.
Listen, listen. No, we've made it past. You just say something and it's just neuron activation.
Yep.
It's
Now,
not our
okay,
fault. It's in our DNA, damn near.
okay. This is something that angers a lot
Well,
of
hold on.
people.
Before
Okay,
we get to that, I
okay,
actually was getting there as
okay.
well.
Yes, I know. That's why I went here.
So, the fact that Christianity evolved in a setting where, like, Rome loved demigods, people who were descended from the deities and displayed supernatural powers. Heracles
Herc was
became
on a roll.
Hercules.
Well, bless my soul. Herc was on a
Although,
roll.
actually, I suppose technically you are right, Mother. Hercules, because we were discussing the Roman one.
Instinct. What would it feel like if I put my dick in that?
Yeah, no, a lot of guys suffer from that.
Hmm.
I've seen my friend in the hospital after that.
I
No,
kind of
no,
want to
you,
know, but I
no,
don't want to
no, you
know.
don't.
I'm afraid to know.
All I'll say is one of my friend's statuses online is I need to throw car batteries in the lake to charge my electric eels. It's a joke, and I want that known. But it's really funny because I know some other people that would fall for that. Anyhow, Rome loves demigods.
Yes.
And so if you approached Rome with this deity who will help them in what they want to do, and show them a demigod actively portraying that deity's involvement, I don't know why they'd want to kill him so bad.
Exactly.
Like, yeah, they're very warlike and they'd want to conquer it, but like, that's a demigod. And they know what happens if you anger a deity.
Yes.
It's kind of their whole thing. Jupiter, Pluto, Neptune. What's the Roman Navy look like? The Navy?
Yeah.
We're too
Okay.
afraid of the Earth Shaker. Anyhow, um, so that's one thing that confuses me. But then another thing that confuses me is, you know, how, a lot of depictions of things stay the same
Yep.
because we have historical accuracy for a lot of them. Because why alter things for the Romans? Why alter things for the Greeks? We can't change their statues.
Oh, don't get me started there either. Fucking Victorians. Fucking
The
Victorians.
English.
Fucking Victorians.
Anyhow, um, but like, especially, and this might sound a bit weird, white Christians deciding, yeah, we're better. Jesus looks like us. No, he was born. How long ago? On which continent?
We are.
To what kind of people?
He was a Middle Eastern Jewish man. So, what everybody thinks of when they think of Jesus is, a white dude.
Yeah,
This is a more historically accurate depiction of Jesus.
but do you want to know why we have the white Jesus? Because for a very long period of time, paintings were illegal unless they were religious paintings,
Yep.
or I think paintings of like the king, which were like legally required. So unless it was legally required, or for something like that, or for religious purposes, you couldn't get paintings. So what people did as a workaround was they would get religiously inspired artwork and put themselves, their family, their children into these pieces of art.
The original Mary Sue.
Well, no, they just put them into the pieces of art to represent those people, because it's like, oh, I don't want like going up to an artist. It's the same thing as asking for a commission today.
Yeah.
Like, I want a commission of a man floating through a storm cloud. And then it's like, okay, well, as an example, so you're not just painting some random guy from memory and have the chance of fucking up proportions, use this guy as an example and as a model. This guy being the Pope's son in a painting of Jesus. And because it was the Pope's son, and thus probably found in the Vatican or whatever, everyone's like, oh, hey, look!
It's Jesus.
It's Jesus! And here we are hundreds of years later.
Yep. Or
And
even better,
no
the little
one's
girl.
questioned it.
The little girl who is an art savant, who painted a picture that she claimed was a vision of Jesus. Mind you, her parents are atheists. It's a fantastic, amazing picture. And yes, she did paint it when she was 10 years old. But it's a really good picture of Kenny Loggins. Or the little old grannies who have this kick-ass picture of
Yeah, anyhow.
Obi-Wan. They have this awesome picture of Obi-Wan Kenobi up on their wall because he looks, they were told it was Jesus.
That is my favorite out of context thing. Like my painting of Jesus, Mom. That's Granny. I didn't know you like Star Wars. You mean my Jesus? He's in Star Wars. I'm like, yeah, Granny.
Yep.
Jesus is in Star Wars.
I'll tell you the story about that.
He fought the guy.
Liam. Was it Liam Neeson?
Yes. He
Liam
fought the guy
Neeson.
with real bad asthma. Granny.
Liam Neeson and I just lost his name. The actor who played Anakin.
Yeah.
Okay. They were doing a scene, and
I'm sorry, I'm just entirely in my brain just had the fight between Anakin, the final fight.
Yep.
And someone decides to be like, I have the high ground. Yep, that's Jesus standing on earth looking down on the devil. Yep, Jesus gave the devil real bad asthma. I can't. I need a moment.
You see what I have to live with?
Jesus put the devil on life support.
I have to live with people.
All of my fucking weird facts about Anakin and Darth Vader. Sorry, spoiler.
You see what I have to live with?
Getting changed to fucking Jesus and the devil. Because now I'm here with the fucking. The devil turns off his life support to creep up on Rebel Force.
He killed himself.
No, the Romans did it. No.
So,
anyhow.
Hayden Christensen. There we go. Thank you. I really really should have seen that one coming, shouldn't I? So, the kid who played Anakin in not the original prequel, but the second one where Anakin was a teenager, for those of you who are not aware, has come back and is playing Anakin again in another one of the Star Wars spin-offs. And he and Liam Neeson were having a lightsaber duel. And he went, "Oh, Jesus," or "Oh, God," when one of them made a mistake. And Liam's response was, now there's a name I haven't heard in a while. Now, mind you, I do not know if this is a true story or if this is just a joke, but it made me die laughing. So.
Similar to how I did?
Yes.
The devil on life support.
Coming back around to what we started this with. There is a change.org petition to change the laws in Pennsylvania, because that is where the shop that I referenced at the beginning of this whole hour is.
We can stay on one topic. Promise.
Sort of. Maybe. I believe I have linked it to the Witchy Yoga instructor. If not, I will take care of that here shortly. If we have not bored you to tears.
Oh, I'm so sorry if I've managed to, in the height of my creativity, bore you to tears.
I sincerely
with
doubt.
Darth Vader with Anakin Skywalker being the devil, and thus the random facts for
We've touched on D&D, we've touched on witchcraft, we've touched on tarot cards, we've touched on Christianity.
I would like to clarify, we started with witchcraft.
Yep.
And tarot cards.
Uh-huh.
And went to Christianity, and that has led us to Star Wars.
Yes. Because of the fact, Liam Neeson looks like Jesus.
Apparently.
Yes. It's hilarious. I love it. That fucking meme goes around the internet on a regular, too. So, I will make sure that a link to that change.org petition is shared, because I firmly believe it needs to be done. I did, in my research today, find that the West Coast is safe.
West Coast, best coast.
Fuck yeah! You will never get me off the West Coast. The furthest east I will go will be Nevada. Thank you very much. There are a few states that
Sorry, I didn't realize we had a couple plushes back there, and I recognized Lisa. I recognize the pig! Yeah, this one.
Yep, my piggy. Her name is Risa. She's my friend. But,
Big egg pig.
Yep.
And poor big egg pig.
There is a story behind all of the pigs. I will tell it one of these days.
What do you mean? We would have to be here for an entire podcast session for you to get all of the pigs.
Yes.
It might be a two-parter.
Yes. But, I will share that, and I firmly believe that if you feel that this law and the law in any of the other states, which I will also be posting, that's the word I'm looking for.
He's a sploot.
No, his eyes are open. He's
sploot.
Oh, yes, he is splooted. If you feel that these laws need to be changed, please contact the representatives, contact the state governments, because these laws do directly violate the First Amendment and 14th Amendment rights to freedom of religion and
equal
protection under the law, because it violates our right not only to, have a religion other than Christianity, but to celebrate isn't the right word. Practice kind of perform, but yeah, you know what I'm getting at. But it just
Engage in the activities of our
thank
religion.
you. Engage in our religion and that. So please do what needs to be done. This is your call to action. Act. Do the thing.
I mean, hey, I used to write stories. I mean, I still do. But, one of the early parts in a story is you have to write the call to action.
Yep.
And in any story where the call to action is ignored, it gets rough, buddy.
hmm Well, a blog. You write a blog post. You always end your blog post with a call to action, whether that's okay. Click follow for, click to follow me for more, or
No, Mom, I'm saying we've hit a new season of life.
yes,
We have started not necessarily another chapter. This is the sequel.
yes,
We've started a new book. This is our call to action for this season.
yes.
If we ignore this one, shit's gonna get rough. Because I can entirely foresee this movement getting started and then backlash from the Christian community because they realized, oh, this group we were ignoring because we thought it was small has expanded much larger than we thought it did.
We ended up with number 45 because everybody's just kind of like, he's never going to get elected.
Yeah, no, don't ignore something if you think it's a threat or you think it's bad.
Yep.
That is actively propagating it.
Yep. Even if
Same thing as like,
you,
ah, man, I have the symptoms of an illness. Ah, it's fine. I shouldn't go to the doctor. Get it checked. This applies to a lot of things for a reason.
Mhm.
Anyhow, we should get going.
Yes, because I'm going to get started on yet another rant if we don't.
Exactly.
So we have been going for 1 hour and 12 minutes at this point, which is
And
12
5
minutes.
seconds.
Yep, which is 12 minutes longer than I intended to. 5 minutes of that was somebody laughing his ass off at himself.
Hey, listen, that was past the hour mark. I have no regrets.
So,
That was on my time.
if we have entertained you, we would love to have you come join us again next week. God only knows what the fuck we're talking about. I usually figure it out like 10 minutes before we go online.
I'm trying to get her to figure it out earlier, but there's only so much I can do.
He's got a point.
I mean, y'all saw what already happened.
So, I hope you'll come back. We will see you next week. Have a fantabulous, wonderful, lovely week. We love you. See you later.
Don't forget to be great people.
Yes. Be kind.